Today, President Biden tested negative for the second day in a row for COVID, and he headed off to Rehoboth. You'll see the First Lady as well, who he hasn't seen since July 20th. Before Biden left, he racked up a string of victories for Democrats to tout on the campaign trail for their midterms, which are little more than 2 months away. Before the string of successes, Biden's approval rating was about 38%. At this point, the GOP is likely to control the House and Senate, but it's still up for grabs. As I speak, the Democrats are still working to pass the Inflation Reduction Act. That'll come later, which has funds for climate change, gives Medicare the power to negotiate some drug prices, extends Obamacare subsidies, and imposes a 15% minimum tax on the largest corporations. To be continued on that. The job numbers released for July showed 528,000 jobs were created, double the number expected, and the U.S. has recovered all the jobs lost during the pandemic, leaving the unemployment rate at 3.5%, so the U.S. economy is not in recession. Gas prices have been going down for 50 days. Biden is responsible for taking out al-Zawahiri, head of al-Qaeda, in an over-the-horizon strike. In a historic vote, the Senate approved Finland and Sweden to join NATO, a big blow to Putin, who wanted to shrink NATO. How ironic. A personal victory for Biden and the veterans who forced the GOP to help pass health care benefits for veterans affected by burn pits. In a bipartisan victory, Congress approved the CHIPS Act to increase semiconductors, making the U.S. competitive against China. And Biden signed the first major bipartisan gun safety law and bipartisan infrastructure bill. And women in Kansas showed that they are motivated to go to the polls to keep their reproductive rights despite the Supreme Court overturning Roe v. Wade. So we will see if these successes for Biden, along with the power of women voters, will turn the tide on November 8th. This is John Christopher Buer for Real Political News, a very warm White House.